Now we'll talk about all the simple machines that made up this Rube Goldberg invention. It starts off with a simple homemade pulley, then leads to two inclined planes, then goes on to a homemade screw. After that, there's a lever, and then another inclined plane. And then there's pretty much two in one, a wheel and axle, and a wedge. We'll talk about those now. We'll start with the pulley. The pulley is homemade and pretty cool. It's made out of a red bottle cap, I think. I just found it on the floor. Then it's got string going over the bottle cap, and the bottle cap is stuck on the wall. And the string is connected to some cardboard. And when you pull the other side of the string, the cardboard goes up, releasing the ball. Pretty cool. Now we have the two inclined planes. These are just simply made of some cardboard. It was originally one piece of cardboard, but I cut it in half, and then bent both of them in half so they could stick to the wall. They stuck to the wall with some blue tack and sticky tape. You might be able to see them. Then there's some string on each of them, and that helps support it so the ball can run smoothly off it. Now we have the screw. This is homemade like all the other simple inventions. And you know those cardboard toilet paper holders? This is the exact same but bigger, and it used to hold a carpet. We just found it in the garage and didn't have any other use for it, so chucked it in here. And wrapped around it, as you can probably tell, is a metal slinky. And it's secured to the rug holder with some string. There's about 5 pieces or so. At first, we had to make a lot of adjustments because the ball kept rolling out. We stretched it too long. But in the end, we got it good, and now it's alright. Now we have the lever. Now, the definition of a lever is a rigid bar resting on a pivot used to move a heavy or firmly fixed load with one end when pressure is applied to another. And the definition of rigid is unable to bend or be forced out of shape, not flexible. Now, obviously, my DVDs here that make up the lever aren't really flexible. And part of the definition for lever is fixed load with one end when pressure is applied to the other. Now, the pressure that's applying to my lever is the juggling ball when it comes down from the screw. And when the juggling ball hits the lever here, it triggers the marbles at the end of it, resting on the comic. So I think it counts as a lever. Now we have the wheel and axle, and this is on the end of a simple Lego car, but you might see when it's pushed off by the marbles, it's kind of like motorized. The reason for this is because it's one of those pull-back cars. You kind of like pull them back, and then the wheels just go. They have sort of some kind of system in them. They're pretty cool. Last is the wedge. Now, the wedge definition is a simple machine that is used to separate two objects. And this is some blue tack, just some simple blue tack separating the pin which pops the balloon and the front of the Lego car. So this is a pretty cool simple machine, I suppose. Well, there it is, that's my Rube Goldberg machine. I think it took about like 20 tries to get this right. And there were some fails too, which I fixed up in the end.